So General Motors, looking at the different brands of GM, we've seen improvements on all of the brands. The biggest improvements of Cadillac, which has made it up to number 11. That's really impressive for an automaker that has vehicles with lots of features. And there's lots more things that can go wrong with all those features. So they're really doing very well. Buick, Chevy also improving, GMC also improving. Why are they improving? Well, some of the models that were introduced in the last couple of years, they're working out the bugs, really. So they've introduced these models, now they've got some time on them, and they're improving. So these models here are actually vehicles, for the most part, that came out and had some initial problems. Now they've improved. So the Sonic came out of the box, it was reliable. Cruise, Buick Regal, their trucks, these have all improved this year with our latest data. These are models in this year that are now not recommended based on the data. So the Corvette is a sad one for me. It's dropped below. The E-Assist LaCrosse, we have data on that. It was below. It's not necessarily because of the hybrid powertrain, but it's actually because the LaCrosse, the whole line, has been below average. Moving on to Chrysler. They've gone down. Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge have all gone down. You can see where they are on the ratings. Chrysler has gone down more than the others. There are some new recommendations. The Chrysler 300 V6 we have data on, and that one's okay. And the Dodge Ram has improved. But these are the models that are not recommended due to below average reliability. And this is a really disappointing one for us, because if you look at these models, the Chrysler 300C, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the Dodge Charger, these are cars that were redesigned. These are really nice cars. These are great driving vehicles. They handle nice the interior. They've improved these vehicles so much. Unfortunately, with all those changes, some problems were put into the vehicles too, so they're not recommended. And the Challenger has dropped below average too. The Fiat 500. This might be a surprise for some people, but actually has average reliability. It was not below average in its first model year. So we haven't seen a whole lot of Fiats recently, but it is encouraging to see one that doesn't have below average reliability. Ford. Ford really had a pretty bad year this year. We've seen both Lincoln and Ford drop many places in our ratings. What's going on with Ford is a lot of the problems are associated with power shift transmission, which still has problems. That's in the Fiesta and the Focus, and the My Ford Touch and My Lincoln Touch system. Again, problematic. They put out some updates for both of these systems to try to improve them. It was not enough. So we're still seeing a lot of issues with that. You know, you look at Ford overall, what's happened with Ford is they really had a very mature product line for a long time. The Ford Focus was around for many years. The Escape was around for many years. They've really redone a lot of the product line with some new global products. And with them, there are some growing pains. There's no new models this year from Ford that we can recommend that weren't recommended in previous years. And adding to the non-recommended vehicles, there is the, again, it's that one for me, it was the V8 Mustang, dropped below average in reliability. And the EcoBoost Edge, again, it's not necessarily because of the powertrain, but just the Edge line has been unreliable. A lot of problems associated with the My Ford Touch system. What's going on with Ford? Like I said, there's power shift problems, My Ford Touch problems, and the other issue is these models aren't here anymore. I just want to make that note. The Ford Fusion and the Lincoln MKZ, these were very reliable models in previous surveys. So previously we've talked about how well Ford is doing in terms of reliability. A lot has to do with these really established models. I mean, the Escape was good. This year's analysis, we don't have those vehicles in the analysis because they're not produced anymore.